results that they've had, top 8 and now top 12, it just feels like every series that they come into versus solid rosters, everybody's looking at them to possibly fall flat and to actually see where they really do sit when it comes down to the standings.
So far, they're looking great. That's a clean 4 dead. Minnesota all the way out towards the middle of the map. Have to try to find a break on towards P2. But I think you're completely right, man. If you are New York, you haven't had the best performances at these majors as of recent. At least to start off this major qualifiers, you were able to win
it in through the back. NYSL trying to hang out in the corners, trying to lock down the crevices. However, it is Kismet and Hydra, the SMGs of the Subliners, reigning tall as they win that entry fight. And from there, the last 30 seconds should belong to them. We'll see if Rokkr make a last-ditch effort at it or if they go for the rotation. Regardless of it, NYSL, they've got the lead. And Kismet, he's got a nice streak going.
Oh, the Bulldog is feeling himself already on a 5 streak and potentially earn himself that cruise missile. And then Hydra so far.
Wow.
Just in all the engagements on this map. Both is sitting on a little bit of streaks, but this is where you set up Kismet to get that 6th kill or not. What a snap right there. 10 points. They know exactly where Minnesota are trying to attack from Jewel's side, from Shandy's side. So it's all about winning these gunfights. Skies and Fame, they go for a trade-off, but New York, they come out on top in these engagements as Skies with the snap, able to take down the final player. New York take the lead again.
And it feels like Skies finally ends up arriving here to the hotel. It was early on. Kismet and Hydra, the SMGs, who are having a blast, or rather the SMG and the AR, but here comes Fame and Cammy, able to answer back. Seems to be in a great spot statistically.
Yeah, he's feeling great right now, holding down his angles, winning his easy one-on-one gunfights and clutching up when he needs to. There's a huge gunfight to start off this hill by winning that one towards Back Kitchen, which now allows you to get this first 15 to 20 seconds uncontested. But New York, with a lot of pressure towards the back end, are going to be able to flip those spawns. You have to try to go big. Cammy's just cutting them all down. He's feeling himself. The Cam man already on a 4 spree. You got another trophy system. Let's just put it down. Better safe than sorry. Snaps onto Hydra. Already on a 5. This has been a flawless hold for Minnesota to grow the lead by almost 50.
And an excellent first set of rotations. As we said, Rokkr with the lead. They're going to have it regardless of the way that these final 15 seconds go. But Cammy, an excellent performance. Right now sits at 20 and 12. Having himself a game. 7 and 18. And right now for Rokkr, 15 points away from calling game 1. Vance trying to cut away the forces, trying to remove a few of the reinforcements. That's another 3 down, as this should be where Rokkr end up locking it down. 2 more seconds, and there you have it. Minnesota answering early here on Hotel. As we said, versus one of the best hardpoint teams in their last 5, trying to improve that stat line here online. Interesting gunfights here in round number 2. It was Hydra who found the first blood on Bance to start things off, and now it is the inverse in round 2. Rokkr answer first.
Yeah, great first blood on Bance, knowing that the aggression is what Hydra is thinking about in that early round. But instantly, the trade is there as Fame gets cut down. Priest gets some information onto a player connector. He's trying to commit towards the child, but he's just going to get out with his life. New York still putting pressure towards the middle of the map. They're able to take down Afro. Now that puts them in a 3v2 situation. You see Cammy now. He's going to back down, thinking that the pressure is going to go over towards B. Should be a free A bomb plant for the Subliners.
There's a great crossfire established there from New York to catch a very pesky and aggressive Afro. So now they've got numbers, and now they've got the bomb planted, making Minnesota come to them. As we said, the longtime duo, Bance and Cammy. At least they've got dead silence to work with. Bance for the first, eventually does get traded out, and Skies responsible for the final few engagements. Out brawl here in the middle side of the map, and oh my goodness, it's all going the way of NYSL. Stack them up and lock them down. Afro, last player alive. Dead silence, thinking that this is actually going to happen, when in reality, it is quickly beginning before maybe even this 4th round comes to a close. And you bet
didn't even see it
already. Now it's 6-0, trying to keep flawless. Cammy tagged up, but yet to drop. Meanwhile, to the top side of the map, Vance has managed to find a bit of a lane. The issue being is that his teammates continue to get picked apart here from Skies. Do we hear 8? No. Does he go for a heat check? Oh, what? Okay. What is happening?
Skies is just putting down shots, but eventually you got to get pushed up forward, brother. Vance has already worked his way behind towards back spa. And Skies is that player with bomb in hand. He cuts down Cammy. Now it's a 1v4. You know where Vance is coming from. It has to be on the flank. Couple snakes come in. He's not able to pick up the final. But New York Subliners, and more specifically Skies, the only play.
Oh, he jumps away.
Pretty sure both of the players on Minnesota also have a TAC 56 in hand, so it's not going to be quick and dandy. Trying to break your way in towards the kitchen. You try to hit the wall bang that Caesar Skies taught us all last week in his game, but Fame is at least able to take down Priesta. Now it's all up to the Bulldog, 1v2.
Oh, and he ends up getting found out. Fame coming away with some crucial kills as Minnesota will hold off the goose egg.
You know that Afro's just waiting for his opportunity to strike, slowly trying to peek, but the bomb's gonna get planted.
Oh, no! It doesn't happen, but Fame and Cammy take away 2 nonetheless. Fame has got that cruise missile, but he's out of the fight. He is out of the fight, and now it comes in to the 1v1. Skies versus Cammy. Time continues to tick, and now Caesar reveals his position, but at the same time, he ensures that Cammy is not on that bomb. Cam, in the meantime, remains stationary. He thought he was going to go toward the catwalk, when in reality, as Caesar just pulled off this round, here comes.
Oh!
Can Cammy get here in time?
Other wall banks and New York Subliners teach us in this moment. Is now in the 3v2. Hydra on the pitch already, makes it a 2v2.
Oh, and Kismet ends up spawning one onto Bance. Oh, we can't tag him up fully on a sliver of HP. Bance stays alive, 30 seconds to go. Fame, position foul, but he also stays alive. Hydra, into the 1v1. Can he clutch it out for the team? Can he win it here? Where has Fame gone? He spotted him. Can he drop him? Yes! Hydra with an unbelievable 1v2 as the Subliners hold off what was an incredible comeback made for Rokkr. Sure that nobody's in their base. That's right, Bance ends up getting found out. Fame gets beamed as well. So New York, they are all good. I mean, you can pretty much send everybody onto this subjective, allow for Skies to watch the cut, and this round should belong to them. We'll see if Minnesota can make any bit of a dent. There's quite a few players coming in from that mid-cut. Once more, Kismet doing great work. Fame actually takes down Bance with the trophy, but Fame at least is able to make good on it, ends up finding another, and now Kismet left by himself over at this B zone. Another 3 down. One last player is alive, and that is Afro, desperately trying to make his way in bottom bed and keep this round afloat.
Man, he drops. So now New York can get right back onto the point. You also have Hydra, who's that player working on that flank, but bad timing right there from Bance. He knew that a player was coming from that positioning, but it does not even matter as the Bulldog from the front end is able to find 3, close out the round.
We're looking for information right now from Minnesota. Really not saying a whole lot, right? They've just been able to look out the windows here of the restaurant, but that has pretty much been it. Not allowed to exit and pretty much forced to the respawn screen. Yeah, Fane, he eventually falls as well. A clean few down here for New York as Kismet on a run has to clean up a few of those kills. Now on a 4 spree, potentially a cruise missile in the future. But boy, are New York putting a hurt on those lives of Minnesota.
And finally, Minnesota are able to get out of Diner. Big Kismet already 28 and 18 in this control, taking over with that SMG. Does get killed off spawn though. Big nade from Fame, as all our pressure is going to be in towards the back end, but it sets up Hydra on the repitch.
Fame and Cammy combined for 2. Kismet's life once again is that much more important. Gets Afro out of the fight, so they know the remaining 3 members of Minnesota have got to be on this objective. Can they find the final 2? Vance able to win 1, but he eventually drops. Now 13 seconds on the clock. 1 player left alive. It is all on to the rookie. It's all on to Fame as he gets found out. New York. Player 4, so Hydra's going to spawn out, and with that, he also is going to find pretty much some freebies through the middle tunnel. Gives that call out to Skies, and well, he will fire upon them. Excellent work here so far from New York as Minnesota begin their prowl, begin to make their presence felt. Now toward the bottom side. Skies, quick turn. Oh my God, get some assistance. 1 HP and a dream right now for Caesar, but thankfully his teammates are doing everything right now for him. Flies out and falls. As now it is a 1v1 basically for 20 seconds. Kismet says, give me that one. And now off the roto, it is Priesta left to try and defend himself versus pretty much everybody here on Rokkr.
But now it's going to be Minnesota fully set up in towards 10. All pressure from New York, coming from dark, coming from back alley. Does anyone decide to hit the hop up through top windows? Looks like it's not going to be the case as Cammy's just gunning them down with that TAC 56, holding the Hecklet strong.
The finger drops half of that Rokkr lineup and now leaves them with their head spinning. Afro waiting for a few members to come off the spawn, and so now there is a chance for Minnesota to make something happen. Afro makes his presence felt. Bance and Fame, they end up finding their kills as well. And sweat off the brow for Rokkr. Thankfully, you have got Kismet away from this objective for the moment, but Sky still remains. Found out as well. Afro leads the charge as Rokkr break inside.
That's a great rake. They've put a lot of pressure trying to find their angle.
Trying to organize the troops. Hydra tosses out a nade. Able to make it land. Can he hold true for 2?
Hydra.
True for 3. Time right now for New York. They're locking down the seconds, yet to really meet any bit of adversity. A current 2v2, but now Skies begins to answer.
Oh.
3 now for Caesar, and 10 points away for New York. Calling game. Can anybody from Rokkr get here in time? It's gonna have to be a dolphin dive. It's gonna have to be a Hail Mary, and that is game. NYSL, take it here on.
Pretty comfortable. I mean, we predicted this series pretty good. The only one that we thought might have been different was the control. We were ready to play Expo because we know they're like strong suited to CDL, so we just vetoed that. And we were thinking they were going to veto Hotel, but they didn't. So I mean, overall, like confident in those maps. We love Hotel. We love. I don't know. I mean, right now we're pretty hard to veto against. We're feeling really confident on almost every map. So.
You looked very confident in most of these gunfights, charging in first. You were having a lot of success as well. Did you do any extra preparation? Because you had 2 matches to look over VOD from Minnesota.
I mean, same preparation. We're just, I don't know. I mean, we're just trying to figure out teams' tendencies and trying to exploit them the best because we know how good we are. And like, I don't know, we're playing to our strong suits and trying to figure out what teams are like, you know, where, you know, holes are in their setup or this or that. So nothing like crazy, but just the norm.
Kismet, the last time we talked to you, I know that you really wanted to work on the fact that you guys wanted to elude dominance to the rest of the league.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, unfortunately, there was a little bit of a dip in performance, and I wanted to know what that conversation was like with yourself moving forward. Again, you got that big win against Atlanta. Now, should we expect a continuance of greatness from you guys from here on forward?
I mean, 100%. We put in so many hours in the game, like during scrims and outside of the game, before scrims, after scrims. So our goal is just fine tuning the small things. You know what I mean? Like we have some of the craziest talent on our team. So if we just get consistent on like the small things and the fundamentals, like we will be dominant.
Kismet, talk to me a little bit about the search and destroy improvements, because, you know, throughout this year, you guys have been a little bit up and down after Major 1. It was hard to hone in on exactly what your guys' problem was. At first it was search, then the hard points were a little bit up and down. So now it seems like the search is on point. What have you guys been working on there?
Yeah. To be completely honest, without giving like too many like small minuscule things away, it's just like we took the reins off of us. Like we were playing so scared to like get information or map control. And we got to the point where we're like, bro, like just play breakoffs almost like it's hard point. Like don't be afraid to like get map control, because teams are nervous, you know, especially against a team like us. Like we're good, so they're not gonna like, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna shoulder stuff. They might get a bad timing. So like if we just use me and Paco to our like, I don't know, like being annoying, being that thorn, it allows Caesar and Preston to just be gross. And I mean, I think it showed today for the most part. Caesar fried, so.
Me and Paco, we be annoying, and then we let the other 2 be gross. I like this new combo, Kismet.
It works.
Congratulations on the win tonight. We'll let you go celebrate with the squad.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
That's the Bulldog, and that's the Subliners picking up another victory. That's 2-0 so far here in Major 4. And as we take a look at the numbers, let's see exactly